Welcome to this exciting tutorial where we will dive into the world of facial recognition technology and its application in a pet adoption system. In this project, we'll be using Java along with various libraries to help manage image processing and recognition. To get started, let's outline what we'll be building in this tutorial. We will create a system that allows potential adopters to upload a picture of their face. The system will then use facial recognition to match them with available pets, enhancing the overall adoption experience. Here's a quick overview of the technologies we'll be using. We will be using Java as our primary programming language, Maven for project management, and libraries such as OpenCV for image processing. Ensure you have JDK 11 or above installed on your machine. Now, let's set up our Maven project. Open your terminal and create a new Maven project using the following command. Once the project is created, navigate into the project directory using the command. Next, we need to add the necessary dependencies to our pom.xml file. This includes dependencies for OpenCV and any other libraries we will be using. After updating the pom.xml, we need to install OpenCV on our machine. You can find the installation instructions in the OpenCV documentation according to your OS. Make sure to set up the paths correctly. Let's now create a new Java class called Face Recognition Service. This class will handle all the logic related to facial recognition. In our src/main/java/com/pecadoption directory, create this class and begin by setting up the OpenCV library. In this Face Recognition Service class, we load the OpenCV library and create an instance of EigenFace Recognizer. This is a simple recognition model that works well for our requirements. Now, let's move on to creating a method for training this model. The train model method takes a list of images and their corresponding labels, which in our case would represent unique adopters. We'll use this to train our facial recognition model later. Now, let's create a method for recognizing faces. The Recognize Face method converts an input image to grayscale and resizes it to the dimensions expected by our model before making a prediction. Now that we have our face recognition service ready, let's create a web interface for uploading images. We'll be using Spring Boot for our web framework. Let's add the necessary dependencies to our pom.xml. We need to include the Spring Boot starter dependencies for web support. Now, let's create a new class called Pet Adoption Controller. This controller will handle web requests and provide endpoints for our functionality. The upload image method will handle incoming image files. We'll return a response entity when the image is successfully uploaded. Now, let's implement the logic to save the uploaded image to our server. We save the uploaded file in a directory called Uploads. Be sure to create this directory in your project root. In a real project, you should implement proper error handling and file management. Next, we will implement the recognition part. After the image is uploaded, we'll process this image to identify the user. Let's integrate the face recognition service into our upload method. With the recognition in place, let's focus on the best part, the pet database. You would typically store pet data in a database, but for simplicity, let's create a list of pets within our pet adoption controller. We create a simple pet class which will represent available pets for adoption. Let's go ahead and add the pet class in a new file. Now we have our pet model in place. Next, let's create a method to get available pets. This method will be a simple REST endpoint that returns a list of pets. Now that our backend is complete, let's build a simple frontend to interact with our application. We will create an HTML form that allows users to upload their photo. This HTML form allows users to submit their images. Next, we'll handle the response from our REST endpoint in JavaScript. In this JavaScript code, we prevent the default form submission and use the Fetch API to send the data asynchronously to our Spring Boot backend. Now it's time to test our application. Start the Spring Boot application by running the following command in your terminal from the project root. Once your server is running, open your web browser and navigate to the HTML file you created. Use it to upload your photo and see the facial recognition match. Great job! You have successfully built a facial recognition-based pet adoption system. This project can be expanded further by integrating a database to store adopter data and pets. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more programming tutorials and projects. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!